And Nahir Albright's brother is in the purple, and you just see Keyshawn Davis come in. The guy running in is Keyshawn Davis, and things are being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for Davis brothers to be in the
bullshit. You didn't try to make the weight. Why you signed a contract for 135 and put your title on the line if you knew you wasn't gonna make the weight to begin with? If you knew you were struggling to make the weight to begin with? So that's what I would say in return is that it's bullshit. It's very unprofessional. You're supposed to make that weight.
No, actually, like I said, I was in the locker room. Their locker room is right next door to mine. So I guess they heard like us like happy and all that.
A chaotic chain of events unfolded on Friday when Keyshawn Davis lost his title before ever stepping into the ring after missing weight by more than 4 pounds. Situation that escalated further backstage, where he was reportedly involved in a serious altercation that sent shockwaves through the boxing world. ESPN analyst Chris Mannix later noted that matters worsened the following day when Davis allegedly confronted Nahir Albright, the same fighter who had already defeated Kelvin Davis on the undercard, with reports stating that Keyshawn Davis, along with his brother Keyshawn Davis, entered Albright's locker room where a physical confrontation took place.
This year. Now, a day after, Davis made things measurably worse. On the undercard of the show was Keyshawn's older brother, Kelvin. He faced someone named Nahir Albright, who Keyshawn narrowly beat in 2023, only to have the fight changed to a no contest after Davis tested positive for marijuana. Albright beats Kelvin Davis on the undercard of the show. In the locker room, Keyshawn and his younger brother, Keon, who also fought on the card, all three Davises were scheduled to fight, they went into Albright's locker room and jumped him.
Richardson Hitchens didn't mince words while reacting to the situation, openly expressing his frustration and stating that Keyshawn Davis clearly lost control. He emphasized that attacking opponents has no place in boxing, and added that such behavior is difficult to understand, calling the incident involving Nahir Albright completely out of line.
Just jumping now. That's what is doing in this jumping people out here. This is crazy. Like I said, up in the boxing world, bro. I'm not understanding this. Nah, yo, bro lost his mind. Bro went to locker room and they try to jump my boy. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Went on to add that Top Rank is likely to capitalize on the situation by turning it into promotional content, potentially including documentaries that highlight Keyshawn's mental state and personal struggles. Hitchens also issued a blunt warning, stating that those involved should think twice before returning to Philadelphia.
Rank though, they know how to promote. They're gonna have them on a documentary saying how they was going through it mentally. This, that. Soft ass. Them niggas not allowed back in Philly.
Chris Mannix also weighed in, stating that coming in 4 pounds over the limit for the scheduled fight against Edwin de los Santos was a complete disaster for Keyshawn Davis, effectively ending the bout before it ever began. Mannix added that after speaking directly with de los Santos's corner, it was clear the team was furious over how the entire situation unfolded.
On the scales on Friday, weighing in more than 4 pounds over the limit for his fight with Edwin de los Santos. I talked to members of de los Santos's team after the weigh-in, and let me tell you, they were furious about what took place there. One person told me they saw someone on Davis's team spraying him with water to make it look like he was struggling to make weight. They said Davis was dancing around, smiling the whole time. There were conversations throughout the day on Friday about moving forward with the fight, with Davis paying a 6-figure penalty.
Chris Mannix also shared his observations on Edwin de los Santos at the YN, noting that he appeared badly drained and far from his physical best. Mannix said that had the fight gone ahead, de los Santos would have faced a serious knockout risk, but pointed to a small silver lining under the contract, which guaranteed the full purse once the weight was officially made, ensuring the fighter did not walk away empty-handed after the main event collapsed.
At that weigh-in. And I have no doubt that if that fight went forward, he would have been badly knocked out. Instead, he gets his full purse. When you weigh in, and you know this, Sergio, you contractually have to be paid. And
Sergio Mora said that Keyshawn Davis's momentum took a major hit, calling it a damaging look after first losing his title and then being involved in an incident with another fighter. Mora noted that this was supposed to be a massive hometown moment, with Davis's brothers featured on the undercard and everything lining up for him to take the next step as a star, adding that by most accounts, Davis had been viewed as a rising name in the sport before the unfortunate events unfolded.
put it to you, did Keyshawn's stock plummet to the floor?
100%. It's a terrible look for Keyshawn Davis, who was a champion, who had so much going for him. He was going to have his hometown debut as a champion in Norfolk, Virginia, with his brothers on the undercard. I mean, everything was aligned for him to be the next star. I mean, he only has barely a dozen fights, 13 fights. He's already a champion. He's already ascending. I mean, he's a star in the making. And people on that side of the country, they really support their athletes. Allen Iverson comes from Virginia. I mean, so many great athletes come.
Reinforcing how serious the situation was, Sergio Mora stressed that making weight is non-negotiable in boxing and a fundamental part of any fight agreement. He added that Keyshawn Davis did not appear to make a genuine effort to reach the contracted limit, calling it a breakdown of trust that ultimately disappointed everyone who believed in him and supported his rise.
Make weight. I mean, look, I've been overweight in big fights, but I've always made the weight, man. I've been overweight 3 pounds with Mosley, came back, I made the weight. Wasn't a good performance, but I made the weight. My second fight with Vernon Forrest, I was overweight 2.5 pounds, did the same thing. Something about a fighter where you agree, where you sign a contract, you have to make the weight. That's part of the negotiation. You have to make the weight, all right? And then the fight. That's why I always say it on our telecast. Making weight right is half the fight won. Keyshawn Davis didn't even try. He didn't even try, man. He let down his promoter.
Tim Bradley made his anger clear while reacting to the situation, saying that even if Keyshawn Davis were given the benefit of the doubt, failing to make a genuine attempt to hit the weight was unacceptable. Bradley also questioned Davis's intent, asking why he would agree to a 135-pound fight in the first place if he wasn't prepared to make the limit.
You know, let's say if we give him the benefit of the doubt, he tried to make the weight. This and all this in the third, right? That's bullshit. You on the other side, that's bullshit. You didn't try to make the weight. Why you signed a contract for 135 and put your title on the line if you knew you wasn't gonna make the weight to begin with, if you knew you were struggling to make the weight to begin with? So that's what I would say in return is that it's bullshit. It's very unprofessional. You're supposed to make that weight. Period. Hands down. I don't give a damn. You supposed, hey, if you crawling on all fours to the scale.
Tim Bradley said that while missing weight by a pound or 2 might be understandable, coming in 4 pounds over the limit was extreme and completely unacceptable.
1 pound, I can understand. I can understand some ounces, maybe even 2 pounds, but 3-4 pounds and up, man, no, bruh. That's not.
Don't see that and make the correction that he needs to make to prevent anything like that from ever happening again. So for those reasons, I appreciate it. ESPN for doing what they did.
Well, these young men are growing up in the public eye.
Don Porter also weighed in on the situation, explaining that if Keyshawn Davis came in 4 pounds over on Friday, and considering Davis's own admission that he was heavier the night before, that would put him nearly 7 pounds above the limit just hours before the weigh-in. Porter emphasized a basic rule of the sport. A fighter should never be that far off their weight class the night before a fight. He went on to describe the disciplined approach he personally used throughout his career to consistently make weight.
Working it off and all that kind of stuff, and I actually care now. Until we get back to the venue. And when we get back to the venue, they wipe me off and all that kind of stuff. I get on the scale, they tell me, y'all go watch it. And I won't tell the rest of the story from here, but y'all can go watch the rest. But here's the thing, key point. I get on the scale, they say you get 1 chance. I get on the scale, I'm 0.2 over. I get off, there's big roar, it's done. It's commotion, wipe him off some more. I get back on, 0.1 up, 0.2 over again. I get down, and commotion. My dad says, Sean, you need to take a deep breath, and you need to exhale, and then get on the scale. To grab yourself here, man. You gotta grab yourself here in your heart. I hear you talk a lot about your faith and where you are opposed to where you could be, where you used to be, don't lose that. Don't allow circumstances, don't allow the moment of life, don't let anything get in the way of what it takes to be great. And what I mean,
Porter added that the situation now goes beyond simply missing weight, stressing that Keyshawn Davis owes a level of responsibility to Top Rank for the opportunity they provided, especially being featured on ESPN in a hometown setting. Porter emphasized that this commitment must be respected and that it is ultimately on Davis to ensure the fight takes place.
Let's just reset. Just reset. Keyshawn is the best manager in boxing. You know what I mean? But reset, man. Reset, you know what I mean? It's a small setback for a major comeback. So you gotta stay focused.
Stepped in, saying that Keyshawn Davis needs to pause, reflect, and take a hard look at his direction for a full reset. Prince, known for his long-term approach, described the situation as a minor setback within a much bigger picture.
He probably just grew out of it, you know, and I'm not sure how it's gonna go as far as the belt being vacant or whatever, you know, but I've been keeping up on it.
Dula Mason said he was genuinely caught off guard by Keyshawn Davis missing weight, calling it an unexpected development. Looking ahead, Mason added that while the future of the vacant title remains uncertain, it is firmly on his radar and something he is targeting moving forward.
To the ring. I mean, that's not how I get down. You know, I say that's you see where me and my brothers at. You know, we in here in the locker room together. You know, we enjoying our win, and like I said, we about business.
He said he did what? I was in my locker room and celebrated my victory with my team, and yeah, Keyshawn and his little brother came in and they started looking at me. It's like they saying something about the older brother, like they was mad, and he like grabbed me, pushed me back. I'm like grabbing his hand. He like moved his head towards my head. You know, felt like a little.
So you bumped heads?
Yeah, he like headbutted me. Yeah, he like headbutted me.
No, okay.
Can I see that?
Keyshawn did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Incident?
no, actually, like like I said, I was in the locker room. Their locker room is right next door to mine. So I guess they heard like us like happy and all that kind of stuff, and they came in and yeah, started joking. I mean, they upset that their brother lost, and yeah.
Dula Mason went on to criticize Keyshawn Davis for the alleged attack, suggesting that actions like that fall far below the standards expected of professional fighters. He noted that, even though he also has brothers in the sport, their focus has always been on winning and celebrating success, not engaging in backstage confrontations.